Hey, it's Topher right here on Geek Public Radio. Guess what is happening? We survived Days of the Dead. Yes, barely, but we survived. Hopefully things are going to get back to on track and be more concise and back to what we was before the hecticness of like having two cons almost back to back. That was a pain. But we're going to be talking about what happened at Days of the Dead. We're going to be talking about some new releases, and we're going to be talking about some other things right here. So what's happening, sports fans?
That's my kind of show. Let's go.
Right? No. I am Topher. With me, as always, is Crazy Chris.
What up, y'all?
What up, homie?
Not much, man. I was really excited to talk about sports, but then you had to break my heart. Why'd you gotta go and break my heart? All right, that's our show. Yeah. That's it. Bye.
So, we got some beta keys for New World.
We did. Man, I am so whited out right now. Holy God Almighty!
And it's because is your laptop on or no?
Nope. I'm just extra pale tonight.
Wow.
All them goth.
Well,
I tried to be smooth, but that went over like a fart in a diving helmet. Let's try this again. Take two. Let's use take two. All those goth girls out there looking for a ghostly, handsome man, look elsewhere, because I'm not that guy. All right, there we go. All right, we're better.
Maybe ghostly.
Ghostly. He's a ghostly man. All right, so yeah, Days of the Dead, we had an absolute... Is it? Yeah, sorry, I felt like I was talking in a can for a second. We had an absolute blast, Days of the Dead. Really super good time. We met some amazing people. We met great artists. We had some awesome interactions with several other film producers and movie makers.
Mm-hmm.
We had cool conversations with different authors. We sold a crap load of the book and movie.
Yeah, we actually only had like 5 copies of the book left with us.
We sold a bunch, and it was so amazing.
We went through 3 entire boxes of DVDs.
Yep, I know you felt validated when all those books were flying off the shelf.
Yeah, no, I was like, it was weird.
He's eating Tums, by the way.
Yeah, no.
Baby got a heartburn.
It was weird having somebody come up and be like, you're like, oh, well, he can sign it for you. And she's like, oh, my God, really?
She did, too. It was the cutest little thing. It was this girl comes up, right, and I'm selling her the book. And as I'm going, because I have this whole pitch, and as I'm doing the pitch, she goes, excuse me, do I look like I can multitask? She's like, I'm trying to read the back of the book. I'm not allowed to read the book. I want to read the back. I was like, okay. I sat there quietly. She finished, and she goes, okay. Now tell me about the book. I was like, all right, don't read it. Right. She's talking. She ends up buying the book. And I looked at her and I said, this crazy guy right here, he's the author of the book. And she goes, oh, my God, really? Are you serious? I was like, yeah. Would you like him to sign it? She goes, oh, my God, yes, please, please. And so he signs the book, hands it to her. And I was like, you want to shake his hand? And she's like, yes. She got so excited.
And she's like, oh, I got to shake an author's hand. I was like, okay, that's weird.
And then, of course, Topher's weirded out. He's like, what was that? I was like, yeah, it was a fangirl, bro. That's what fangirls do.
And then we had people who camped.
She was sweet. You leave her alone.
No. Just the encounter was... Like, for me...
It threw you way off.
Yeah.
And, Captain Antisocial over here. This is why we do these events the way that we do them. This is why we have the mouth.
Well, no, when I'm sitting there talking to him, I'm like, okay, I will... before we get anywhere, I'm the author. He's the talker. He's like, so I'm going to... I wrote the book, but he can tell you all about it.
And in fairness, I did the Audible,
mm-hmm.
which, by the way, speaking of which...
It's now available.
The Audible is now available. Your boy here did the entire Audible based on these fancy works by this gentleman over here. So the
And
Audible,
3 others. You can't forget them because
I did do 3 others. We're getting there.
no, I'm saying
the other
writers.
authors.
Yeah.
No. I get it. Yeah, it's Angelica Hill, Joe Herbert, Stuart Wallen. All of them did an absolutely
Because
fantastic
we have
job.
something to announce for Chicago.
We do. We're get there. Hold on.
No. I'm saying like for the Chicago Days of the Dead, Stuart's going to be joining us.
I didn't know that. See, that's news to me, and now I'm
Yeah.
even more excited, and I get to tell Stuart.
So we have to order another shirt. So
Awesome.
like,
That's even better. So
Yeah.
both of you guys are going to be sitting. That's going to be fantastic. So I can sell both of you guys up the river. That's going to be great. I did. I literally spent the entire time. Like, I
if you were on the Black Book Facebook page, I showed him the pitch, or we broadcasted the pitch.
Oh my God, that's right. I completely forgot about it. Yeah, so the Black Book Facebook page, if you guys want to see the pitch, it's ridiculous. One of the things that I did to this poor guy, during the pitch, we had sat back and he was peeking around the corner of the Black Book. So there's like this whole big thing, right? We've got pictures of it. You can check it out online. And there's this big poster behind us and he leans around. He's leaning, like peeking around the poster, right? And he's peeking out. And I pretend to be scared, and I end up scaring the crap out of Steven, too. So they actually
And the person who
was standing there, too. It was great.
Right.
Then I was like, yeah, that's the author right there. As you can see, he's crazy. I said, he wrote this book, and after he finished, he hasn't been the same since. And I sold him as this crazy lunatic author who we have to chain to the table because he'll just wander off aimlessly. He'll get lost in the woods. It was hilarious. And he played it up, and to Topher's credit, he played it up so good. Like, he would just, like, stare off into space while people were looking at the book. And he would and they would be staring at him, and he'd go,
No, I would honestly just be staring off. Wasn't playing anything. I was just staring.
which makes it even better personally for me because I can just take advantage of the awkwardness, which is perfect. So yeah, we had a fantastic time at Days of the Dead. I got to meet Bill Moseley, which I was super duper excited about, and then
I got to do some other stuff. That was fantastic.
You said that so secretively that I think people are going to be very surprised. Like,
Yeah. No, like
you want to elaborate or
no, I can't elaborate until
okay.
the deal is done.
Oh, yeah, that's correct. Yes, we can't speak on certain things, but there might possibly. Let's say, you know what? I'm gonna lowball it. There's a low chance, but a chance nonetheless that we may have some very very exciting news for our next production, because Days of the Dead has been very good to us when it comes to that. So. Hopefully we have some cool news coming, but we'll see.
We were also the only booth that actually engaged outwardly, and reached out to people.
There were
and
a couple.
drove them in.
Yeah, there were a couple that did. I will
Right,
say,
but those had
Craig,
to do with like girls standing out in halter tops and whatnot.
That was true. That was it. The gorgeous
gals. Or
gorgeous
something.
gals are great.
It's a magazine that does horror pinups.
Which is great. Like, and I don't knock. I'm not knocking.
I think
them
it's
at all.
horror
And
pinups.
they were pretty cool. I got a couple of pictures with them. They were pretty cool people. Let's Craig from Old School. Craig, I don't know your last name off the top of my head, man. I'm really sorry. But Craig from Old School, like they were moving out and about, talking to people and stuff. And I guess they actually have a pretty good relationship with some of the Butch Patrick from the Munsters. They had a really good relationship with Butch. They actually
I sat down and talked to
Ari.
I sat down and was talking when I was talking to Bill. I was talking to like Butch was sitting right there with next to him.
Yeah.
So I was just talking with both of them and hanging out, and he got a kick out of some of the stories I was telling.
Well, see, and I know Butch. This is the greatest part about it too, and it's funny because Butch is like super tight-lipped about anything having to do with the Munsters remake, which Rob Zombie's behind, and obviously Bill having some sort of relationship at minimum. He did 3 movies with the guy, so I mean they're probably at least on a first name basis, I would bet. But I'm sure there were some stories that they were sharing, sitting next to each other, having some good times. Like
my favorite thing was that he was taking people on a ride in the Munster movie.
He was, and I missed it. I was helping him on Saturday evening get all the ropes and stuff away from the Munster mobile, and move stuff to help him out. And the next morning, I was going to help them set up, and I was dead to the world.
Yes, you were.
And I did not make it up there in time, and I could have gotten a ride in the Munster mobile and hung out with Butch Patrick. And
They did it after everybody wrapped up too.
Yeah,
like he was going around the parking lot and down the road, and
I had to roll. I had to go.
And he had this maniacal grin on his face as he's driving down the thing, and
up and down the strip right there. And actually, believe it or not, Indy, that actually used to be where they would street race all the time because it's such a straight shot right there, and it's a perfect quarter mile. So, and it's 5 lanes wide because you got the center lane right there that's completely open. There's no median or anything like that, so it's completely open. So that would actually used to be a drag strip, not an actual drag strip like street racing. They would actually drive up and down that strip, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. But anyways, yeah. So Days of the Dead was really good to us. We had a really good time with everybody. I felt like we were super productive. We made some great inroads, some cool stuff coming down the line for Black Book. Hopefully, I talked to Craig. Craig is more than willing to do the portrait for us. He wants to do one. He's super jazzed about that, and his work is absolutely amazing. I would showcase some of it, but I don't have the license to do so, so I'm not going to.
Right.
But he's an amazing dude. His wife is really cool, too. I liked her. But, yeah. So we got to do some really interesting stuff, and I can't wait for Days of the Dead Chicago because it is just what we did in Indy was fantastic, and I cannot wait to multiply that times 10 at Chicago because the
Well, just think about
level of energy-
Lexington. Lexington is
Scarefest. Yeah, we're going to Scarefest.
Yeah, Lexington. We will be able to. Oh yeah, that was something that just came up. We will be doing Scarefest in Lexington, Kentucky.
We will be. It's going to be pretty fantastic. I'm super excited about Scarefest. Yeah, so let's get. I got to get the exact dates because I don't remember when Scarefest is.
October 22nd, 23rd, and 24th.
22nd, 23rd, 24th.
I do believe it's that weekend of October. It's like right before Halloween.
All right, so there you have it. So Scarefest is October 22nd, 23rd, 24th, the weekend before Halloween. We're going to be in Lexington, Kentucky, doing that. We're going to be promoting the crap out of the Black Book. That's going to be an absolute blast. I'm looking forward to that as well. A lot of the same vendors that we saw are going to be there as well, so this could be super cool.
Let me double check, like on air.
Right. Let me just look in the phone really quick. Let me just check some stuff out. So some of you guys might be wondering, like, what are you doing, Chris? We're also doing TikToks. So we're doing some behind the scenes TikTok stuff because we're trying to build a social media presence, and sometimes we do really stupid things. So I'm not doing one right now though because he's in the middle of looking, and that's just not very interesting for anybody. But if
Yes,
anybody
it
was
starts on the 22nd and runs to the 24th. So
perfect. We
I
were
was
correct.
right.
All right, good. I gave the right information. That's perfect.
So we're testing out a new booth setup, which is actually adding more AV stuff to it, making it more up to date and more inviting and more professional, which will be so much fun.
I'm looking forward to the booth.
Yes.
What? But I got all quiet. Come on, audience, talk. My gosh, you're supposed to fill in the blanks for us. You guys are ridiculous.
No, but
Can't rely on you for anything.
So, with all of the stuff that we got going on, the new anthology series that we're pushing forward and trying to get done, some new people starring in them that will be should be a blast. Now it's just down to people okaying scripts and signing contracts and.
Yep, and we got to get the stories written. That's going to be another big one too. I know I've got 3 in the pipe, and I just got to start putting them to paper, and I'm going to see what happens. I'm good at writing extremely long narratives. I'm curious to see if I can condense one down to maybe 20 or 30 pages. I'm actually really curious personally if I can actually do that because I have no idea if I can or not.
Right.
I'm going to try. I'm going to really try. I make
So
no promises.
we got all of that stuff going on, but I think I finally got Don to agree to start moving on the comic book.
Perfect.
So we have a comic book artist that is going to do the cover for us, and if you're interested, especially once we start getting some of the art back, we're still waiting on some art from I think his name is Mike. From In Conjunction.
Yes, it was Mike.
We're waiting on him to get back with us on some of this stuff, but we'll have more things, and I think the only way that we're going to be able to make this go is if we get some pre-orders, so we'll be pushing it out, some of the key art, some of the maybe the first 3 pages.
Yep, and we're
cover.
When that's available, we'll put that up on the website for people to check out. It'll be something that you.
If you're a horror comic book fan, here's an opportunity to help get another horror comic book off the ground.
That would be, the Black Book comic, which
will
Are we running prequel style or are we running sequel style?
With the book, it doesn't matter because somebody,
It's the most
somebody's
beautiful
always reading the book.
which when they shouldn't be. It's
Right.
the best part. It's always when they shouldn't be.
It is going to be. It's set up to be season 0
Okay,
of
perfect.
a TV series.
All right.
So
Well,
it's
there we go.
going to run. The book is going to run like the TV series. So then that's literally going to lead us into what we had originally tried to book Christian Slater in for the TV show.
Which she'd probably be down.
Well, I know I talked to his people, and we found out like how much it was going to cost, and we're working on dates, but he's picked up popularity again, so things are
Yeah, prices get priced out sometimes. It happens.
yeah.
But I am super looking forward to that. So you guys can help us out by doing a couple of things. We've got another more announcement concerning August 28th, and that's right here in Anderson, Indiana, on August 28th. And I know you guys are probably sick of me saying it, but the crux of it is really simple. This event can only be shared so many times. This are not shared, but this event I can only send out so many invites. It will not let me send out any more. Period. The end.
Right.
But because it is a public event, it is literally open to all. You don't have to have tickets. You don't have anything like that. If we had 10,000 people there, that would be fantastic. They won't all fit, but it would be cool if it happened. So, August 28th, Anderson, Indiana, at Dickman Town Center, there will be a screening of The Black Book. We're calling this event Black Book in the Park. At this event, we will have cornhole. We will have food. We will have drink specials. We will have raffle prizes. We will have live music. Misunderstood, which I've actually read. If you guys go back and look, I actually did a punk review of that on the Geek Public Radio website. Or yeah, it's actually on the website, but it's in YouTube form.
And you also did the react to one of their videos.
I did the react. That's specifically what I'm referring to. I didn't
Yeah.
actually review their work, but that's my apologies. I did a react to one of their videos. It was Rebellion in the Attic, and that is a super neat band, and they put on a really cool live show, and I'm really excited that we were able to book them for this event. There will be Voices of Madison County. They're going to have some of their spotlight artists come out and perform as well. So there will be live music. We're going to try to have some games, some trivia possibly. All of these things are in the pipeline.
And
now,
people who are actually involved in the making of the movie will be there as well.
Right.
One in particular is hoping to be back from LA beforehand. So
we're going to make this as big as possible. That being said, we want to make this as big as possible. And the way we do that, the way we expand this is through you guys. You guys sharing this event. You guys expressing interest. Confirm that you're going. All of those particular things help us present this to some artists, to some vendors who may be on the fence about going. If the interest is already there, if the promotion is already expanding, these people are less likely to give us a, oh, maybe, and more likely to go, wow, that many people are going. Heck yeah, I'll be there. The more you share it, the bigger the event gets. The bigger the event gets, the more stuff will be there. It's an ever-expanding, it's a perfect position. If you want this to be successful because you're going, share the crap out of it. Tell your grandmother, tell your mother, tell your friends, tell your brother, tell your sister, tell your auntie, tell your uncle, tell every single person that you know. Share the ever-loving shit out of this post.
make sure that nobody in town has an excuse to not know that
this is happening.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about this, we checked our reach. We've already reached 2,000 people, which, sounds like a bunch. But Anderson has 55,000, I think, last pop count. So 55,000 people are, available to see this event. And we've reached 2,000 of them. Let's make that all of them as soon as possible, because August 28th is coming up quick. So that's my little promo for August 28th. Black Book in the Park. Guys, you don't want to miss it. The movie itself is pretty fantastic. And if we can confirm this one person,
especially after like seeing some of the stuff at Days of the Dead,
yeah,
it's
a far superior product than you will be expecting. All right, it's not, and I'm gonna salt this off a little bit. I'm gonna salt it off. This is not a big budget blockbuster thriller. You're not gonna see an Avengers style movie. There's not gonna be CGI out the wazoo. That's not what this is. This is a local artist, a local filmmaker who's poured his heart and soul into making a film that he's proud of, and he wants to present that to you. You can help him out. We're not asking for money. I mean, we are. We do, as Geek Public Radio, ask for money, but I'm not Rutledge. I don't ask for money. They just support us, and I tell you guys about them. The way you support this is sharing this. Make it big. Make it a blockbuster. Make it rain on this production. Not really rain. Please don't actually bring a water hose or a squirt gun and make it rain and make people mad. Don't do that. Although it'll be hot, so maybe do that. I don't know.
Money guns.
Money guns. Yeah, bring the money guns.
Yep.
Anyways, so again, guys, share the crap out of this. Thank you so very much. That's it. Thank you. For those who've already shared, thank you. Keep sharing. Do it again. More. Need more.
Share it every day.
I do. Every single day, I'm sure people on my Facebook are like, dude, shut up. Nope.
We got it.
Like, no, you don't. I'm going to keep sharing this until that total hits 50,000 people. When it hits 50,000, I'll stop sharing it. I'm serious. When it hits 50,000 people reached, I will stop sharing the post. I'll make you that deal. So you want me to shut up? Share the crap out of it.
Right.
Otherwise, I'm going to keep sharing it. All right, go ahead.
My brain shut off.
Wow, that was neat.
Yeah.
I'll keep talking about Black Book in the Park because I'm super excited about it. Oh, by the way, there'll be live DJs and live music. Like I already said live music, but there'll be live DJs. It'll be me and him. We're going to be doing live DJ stuff.
Like broadcasting live from the park.
Yep.
So you'd be on the radio as well, on Geek Public Radio.
And our radio reach is huge.
So
huge.
We'll be hanging out with people from Denmark.
Seriously. The weirdest thing ever, but it's the greatest. They're cool. I love them. Anyways, so yeah. We have, on top of the Black Book, we've got all these new things coming down the pipeline. And speaking of pipelines, we have some awesome new games that have come out.
Yes.
And you were graced with the beta keys for one of those, and that's a New World.
Yes, New World. Fantastic. The problem with it is a beta.
Well, yeah.
And they put out way too many keys.
No. They would never.
Because there has been moments where, like, you go to log in, which was funny because, like, I wasn't thinking anything about it. I was waiting on the time to click over because I had made the things like I'm going to go live at 2 o'clock. The beta started at 12:30. Went live at 12:30 on the 20th.
Yes.
Trying to remember what day I started.
Excuse me.
But so I was doing live streaming, all of that fun stuff, doing all of that. However, when it come down to getting ready for all of this, I clicked on like Asmon's thing because he was waiting to go live, and he did all of the stuff, and he got in, and he had to wait an hour in queue to get on. So like an hour of his stream was him just sitting there talking like he normally does with the counter clicking off. And I was like, oh, great. So I clicked on and jumped into the thing and started streaming and said, well, let's see how we go. And we did all of this stuff. And I got in 5 minutes. So I actually was streaming New World before Asmon was. Because he was still waiting for the hour to click through.
And as it should be, because we're Geek Public Radio.
But we did give away one key. We have 3 keys left, or we had 3 keys to give away. We have 2 keys left.
Dos. You guys can actually get a part of that action.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be streaming any tonight, or are you gonna wait till tomorrow?
I'm gonna be waiting tomorrow.
Okay.
I played some today just to, because I'm a little level. Because I literally I streamed the first day for Twitch, then I streamed yesterday on Twitch and then on Facebook and on our private server, or on the members only section. The goal was speak up, get into chat, start talking, engage with everybody, and that gives you an opportunity. If I recognize you, if I see you and you are actually helping, because my first stream, I was like, I don't know where to, so I had people that were on the chat actually saying, well, if you do this, it does this. If you do that, it does that. Go this way if that's the way you want to build it.
Nice. And so you actually had people in the chat helping you out.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
I got in there for a little bit. I was in there as GPR, and I was randomly throwing out comments, but I'd see him attacking something, and I would just type out, I'd be like, kill them all. Like,
Well,
he
I'm
was in
saying,
a group.
like, on Twitch-
You were in an adventuring group, and there was like 30 of you just standing there. You guys were like, it looked like you were gearing up for a raid, some type of raid.
Yeah,
event
no,
or
like
something.
we were waiting on.
And I was just like, kill them all.
I was in because they have wars, so you have 3 different factions,
Right.
and you can actually, if you do certain things, it actually starts a war between the people that control the area and you.
Nice.
Your thing. We are on the NISA server, and we have our own guild or company called the Cult of Cthulhu.
Of course we do.
Yes,
Because why wouldn't we? Why
Yeah.
wouldn't it be called that?
because you know.
I-
So it is.
Done.
So it is something. If you are, we are looking for people to play. If you have your beta keys, then
You bring it in, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll be on there at some point. I'll probably play a little bit tomorrow.
I'm trying to get you on like tonight. What are you talking about?
I know I would honestly I would be on there tonight, but right now, the internet in my home is good. Here, I'm gonna phrase this correctly. The internet in my home is fantastic. The reach of the internet in my home
It's 5 feet.
is limited. So I am currently in the process of expanding that. I should have that by tomorrow, even if I don't. Not a big deal. I will probably come up into the studio and run off of because this Wi-Fi here is pretty fantastic. So I'll probably just run off of this with you. You'll be over there. I'll be sitting over here, and then we'll just have a simulcast of us doing stuff together, and people will be like, "Why do I hear somebody talking? Why are you guys yelling at each other?" It's gonna be pretty fantastic. I can't wait.
Well, no, I like the idea of doing because if you're watching some of the stuff like that, people are, you get more stuff done if you're together.
Right.
And I'm only at like level 15.
Like,
There's
I'll
other
catch up,
people.
sure.
There's other people who are like at literally level 25, 26, and 27.
Right, and they're just plowing through everything and beating
Yeah.
the brakes off of everybody. Yeah, and that'll happen. And that's the unfortunate reality is that we're not professional streamers. We don't get paid professional money to do these things. So,
If we did, we'd have more time to do them.
right, and that's the key. If we had more time, if we had more money, if we had more subscriptions, if we had more memberships, all of those things would come to a fruition where we could actually stream content 24 hours a day. Because honestly, I really honestly would. I'd
Yeah.
find us about 6 or 7 people, like-minded people, and we'd just shift up and let everybody stream certain stuff at certain times of the day and just have like a full streaming service all the time. So no matter when you clicked on Geek Public Radio, pop, down there in the bottom corner, somebody's streaming something. You can click on it, interact with them, have fun.
And the
that'd be super
odd
fun.
thing is we have our own streaming platform.
We do. So this is
Now.
something we can do. We just need to find the time,
Yep.
the streamers, and the money. And unfortunately, money is mostly the issue because trying to find that many people to stream for money is difficult. So, but
Well, I mean,
it's a thing. But it's
and
it's
a lot
an
of
idea,
people
it's a
and
thing,
a
it's
lot
a
of
thing.
people look at it this way, like, why am I going to stream for you and you pay me when I can stream for myself?
Right, and
And-
I'll make all the money.
and-
Right, and that's the whole thing is, I actually wouldn't mind hosting streamers too. I think that could easily be something that we do as part of the website. Hey, you guys just fall under the Geek Public Radio umbrella. Just understand that we're using your like you own your stuff.
Right.
We own your likeness. That's it. Like, not own your likeness, but like you give us permission to utilize your likeness, your videos in order to promote our stuff.
Right.
Right. That's it. Like, if somebody sponsors just you, then you get that money. That's your money. Have a good time with it. That's great. I think that would be a cool little contract. I don't know how that would actually work out in reality. I'm not a business guy in that sense. I don't know the legalities of it, but it would be something worth looking into at very minimum. We could at least host some streamers that would want to be like, hey, I'd stream on your guys' stuff. Cool. Stream on our stuff. And then they get super famous and they're like, hey, we don't want to stream on your stuff anymore. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, bye. It sucks to lose you. I'm glad we got you started, but have a good night. God bless. Whatever. Like, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. We've been doing this for 14 years. 14 years. Oh my
The
God.
radio station.
Help us become famous. No, I'm just kidding.
The radio station, probably 15 years.
15 years. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a while. And then
2014,
14, I think, is when we started. Was it 9? When was the first stream? The first podcast or whatever.
Well, the first radio, we actually kicked on the air in 2006 or 7.
Okay.
And that was before anybody knew what internet radio was.
Yeah, we were one of the. That's absolutely true, and I shouldn't say we because I wasn't even a part of it at that time. But you were absolutely one of the first radio publications, and I feel
Like
proud to be a part of that.
Like regular radio stations didn't even have a radio presence yet.
Right.
I mean, you found like the big cities, like big radio stations had, like I think Q95 was talking about it.
Right.
There wasn't
they
any
were still.
platforms.
Everybody was still being pitched on satellite radio.
Right.
And that was the big thing, which is different than internet radio.
Right. And it was hard to get, like, that's before the aux cord was 100% prevalent in every vehicle, and you only could listen to it on your phone
And now
or your
Bluetooth's
computer.
a big thing. And,
Yeah. So nowadays with Bluetooth, you just hit a button and you're listening to Geek Public Radio live in your car.
Yep. At any time you want, you can listen to our podcast, which all of the audio is available as well.
Right.
And that's something we don't talk about a whole lot. We don't pump a whole bunch of that because honestly, most people want the visual of it. But that's the whole thing. If you don't want to watch the YouTube, you don't have to. You can go to Audible, Spreaker, Apple Pod or Applecast or whatever it's actually called. Apple Podcast. I don't know. Apple something or another. iPodcast. iPod is actually what it should have been called. And they could have just gotten rid of iPods and then just called that iPod. It would have been brilliant. But anyway.
Well, you know why they called it a podcast?
Because you cast from a pod.
Because
Sit in a bubble.
Because most of the people who listen to them listen to on iPods. So it was a podcast. That's straight from...
That's extremely interesting, Steve Jobs.
No, that's it. Well, no, that was Adam Curry.
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
Yeah. That's why they call him the Podfather.
Oh, yeah. Yep. All right, that's fair.
That's where they coined it back in the day, because it was like, well, everybody's playing these audio things on their iPods.
Right.
Like, okay, we'll just call it a podcast. It's a newscast or a broadcast on your iPod.
From your iPod, so called a podcast. Well, it's pretty brilliant marketing. Can't really be
right. And he's the one that actually pretty much did all of the hard work for Apple for their podcast. They're wanting to curate all of that stuff and have the whole podcast thing.
Right.
He already had that whole network put together. He had a whole directory for it. As people started doing this, he was correlating everything together and everybody's RSS feeds, and you can just go to this one page and do all of this stuff. And he handed that to Apple when they said we kind of want to do a directory, and
right.
And that was the basis. And now he's coming out with podcast Podcast 2.0.
Nice. So he's just like, you guys kind of butchered what I gave you, so I'm going to redo it.
Yeah, he actually did the first directory for podcasts.
And so, yeah, you can find us on anywhere that you get your podcasts. And because it's literally, we are just a podcast. Now, we do video casting as well, but we are primarily a podcast is what we do. Now, granted, we ham it up for the cameras. We gesticulate. We make funny noises, whatever.
I talk with my hands anyway.
Yeah, he's very animated. And I do too. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, there's times like I point the camera and I'm like, you subscribe to geekpublicradio.com, right? I do that stuff all the time because I think it's funny and it's engaging with the audience. We got to do those types of things. But, we're always looking to expand Geek Public Radio. We're always looking to add new stuff at the same time. But in order to do that, we're kind of in this this weird mire at the moment where we need the subscriptions. We need to have the memberships. We need to have these things happen.
We were quite literally talking about this before we sat down and recorded.
We really were.
It was we need to get more articles written. We need to get this. We need to get that. And then we both looked at each other like, we need to be able to dedicate more time into this,
right,
and get more people involved.
So you thought the grind that we were doing before was, and like I said, for the last month, we've slowed down quite a bit. And that's because literally within 2 weeks, we had two major conventions that we had to attend, and so the content, all of that slowed way down. We were trying to finish that Audible. All of those things needed to be done. So now that those are done, we've got now the next big thing's August 28th, Black Book in the Park. That's the next big thing that we're going to do. But now that we've got that finished, your content's going to start coming to you more regularly. Jassel will return for your next criminal fix. She's already home. She's ready to go. We didn't have one this week. The journey took a little bit of a toll on her, but she's got her idea. She's got the criminal fix ready to go. We just had a streamcast on Twitch. Actually, we did a Twitch Twitchcast for Comic Book Guys. So that's actually on Twitch. If you go to our Twitch page, you'll see the Comic Book Guys episode. And we're going to get that loaded up for you guys as well. That'll be on the YouTube page. So there is content that's coming to you guys. And we're going to make sure that we continue to do that. So if you thought we were slowing down, you're dead wrong. We just shifted focus for a couple of weeks to handle what we had to handle. And now we're shifting focus right back to promoting the ever-loving shit out of geekpublicradio.com because we believe in this product. We believe in what we're doing. We think that getting geek news out to geeks everywhere is a great idea. And offering you guys as many services as we possibly can expedites the information process.
Speaking of getting geek news, if you are running a 3090 or a 3080, New World might not be for you if you want to run it your FPS uncapped and you don't believe in VSync.
Yeah,
because they have been grenading those video cards.
Video card? I see your video card and I raise you a nuke.
Like the load screen will go on, and if you have like the little window on your thing that shows you all of your stuff, you'll just see numbers start spiking if you're uncapped and you don't have VSync on.
It will nuke your stuff.
You know, if you don't want your
$500 video card,
thousands of dollar video card turning into magic smoke, then
cap your stuff, turn on your VSync.
Yeah, that is a quick way to make sure that you don't have to worry about it. But yes, they have been popping cards. Those are the only two cards that has been known right now. They're the ones that are making the noise.
Stats for nerds. Sorry.
So nobody else, like our video card's been running great. I was actually streaming from the same computer, which I normally don't like to do, but
worked out just fine.
Yeah, no, it looked
great.
fantastic. Yeah. So
I didn't see any noticeable slowdown. Now I was trying to watch from mobile, which is always a bad idea, because the Twitch mobile is fun if you've got a great connection, but if you don't, sweet merciful God, you get about 10 seconds of footage, buffer. 10 seconds of footage, buffer, and it just pauses, and it's terrible, and I hate it. And they're trying to talk to you, and you're trying to type, and it's doesn't work very well. It's better than it was, I will say that, and I have actually not run into any issues in the last year, so I have a feeling it has a lot to do with my device upgrade, as well as Twitch has updated its platform for mobile as well. So if you do have mobile, I watched it on mobile, didn't see any slowdowns, nothing like that. It looked really crisp and really
I keep looking over here expecting chat.
That's another bad habit I got into when I was streaming Fallout 76 is I would find myself while I'm playing, my eye would be drifting over to the right because I have my chat popped up on the right side of the window so I could see without having to like pull up a separate menu or have a computer loaded with Twitch running. I could actually see what people were saying and interact with them. The issue that I had with streaming was I didn't have a good camera that I could set up. I didn't have a good setup. I do now. I have a much better one now. It's actually going to be a lot easier for me to do streaming and stuff like that. So I'll actually be able to hook up my laptop to my TV. So then I can actually see what I'm doing and have the camera more focused in a more presentable area so that people can see what I'm doing. So I'm actually really excited to start streaming New World. I'll start streaming some other stuff. Go ahead.
Well, New World has a few things that they need. And I've already told them. I've already put the word in there. And I'm not the only one that has pointed it out. They go Skyrim style for navigation. No mini-map, just the compass rose across the top. And tells you which way you're turning. And it puts all of your destination stuff on there. Very
minimum HUD.
Very, very Skyrim style. That's all fine and good if you're trying to dial in or whatever, but minimap would be so much easier to have as well.
I mean, even you don't even have to make it like a.
I know I need to go in that direction for this thing, but when I get there, it just keeps jumping because I'm missing it. If I had a minimap that says, "Oh, I'm right here," oh, okay. Because I kept finding myself every 5 seconds, and you can watch the videos. Like I would run a little further, click on the big map.
And that might actually have something to
run a little further, click on the big map.
And that can also have something to do with their locator as well. So sometimes when they plot a point on the map might have shifted during the creation and they didn't realize it. So those are things you discover in beta. So in the map marker and it's dancing around, and really it's like
Well, no,
15
it's like I
feet
should have
front of
been in that house that I didn't realize I could walk into because that's where the inn is, and I got to go talk and deliver
Right.
this thing, and I'm keep missing it because it doesn't look like it's a place that I can walk into. And I'm looking at the thing bounce back and forth. I'm like, where the hell? Or like, I don't know what the loom looks like because I've never seen it.
Right.
And I'm running by it like 4 or 5 times, and it's like if I had a map that literally just showed me the loom is right here.
Or at least when you get close enough to it, the arrow comes down from the compass and then drops and like highlights onto what you're supposed to walk up to. So you're supposed to go in the inn, the arrow drops off your mini and goes, and you can make it really cool too. Like it literally just drops off your mini map or off of your mini compass and goes boop, and then it sits right on that door. And then when you walk away, it goes right back up.
Well, I mean, the easier part would be just to put a mini map on. You have this
I'm saying if they don't want to put a mini map in there, they could do this, and it would save them the issue.
Right, but I'm just saying that they have a whole section of the screen that's like this big that doesn't have anything on it. It's literally just a skybox.
Oh, okay. Well,
you have all of this room because at the top there's nothing. You have just the compass across the top,
they're
and
really
then like
proud of their skybox.
Everything else is open. So put a mini map.
You're trying to cover up their art, you heathen. So okay, that's fair. So you got the mini map, and what else? You said you had a couple things. There's a mini map.
Well, their spawn rates suck when it's a new thing. Granted, we literally had a full server and everybody was progressing at the same time.
Right.
But 90% of my stream there for a minute was me sitting here waiting for something to spawn.
So you could kill it.
So I can kill it. Before the 37 other people realized what I was doing, I was basically spawn camping to get my quest done because there was no, like, they were wiping out everything. And the spawn counters were like 15 minutes apart.
Oif.
So
and
it happened like 3 different times.
Either more creatures spawn for the instance.
If you're going to make it a quest that everybody has to do, or large numbers of people have to do, don't make it a scarce thing.
Right.
Because then people are going to get tired.
Increase your spawn timer or increase your spawn amount.
Right.
Which is fair. All right, that's actually a fair criticism. I wouldn't.
Yeah, no, I love the game. Like
the mini map, I can argue with you about, but that's actually a fair criticism because that's super obnoxious. Because the fastest thing that will take you out of any MMO
is
ever
waiting.
Is waiting.
Yes,
it's the most boring thing. It's like, yeah, it's pretty. That will only get me so far. I need.
Yeah,
to
and
be
it's
doing
like,
something.
okay, well, this is fine. I guess I'll just not do this quest. I'm gonna go over here and do some other stuff, and then come back later. And then by the time you come back, you're already 5 levels higher than what you were to do the quest. And you're like, why am I doing this? And the rewards aren't worth it.
Yeah, and we talked about New World a little bit and some of the things that need to be worked on. Obviously, still a beta. That these criticisms are just ideas, just stuff to throw out there to improve the game.
Yeah, no, like I said, I love the game.
Yeah, it looks gorgeous. It looks fun.
It's nothing. I mean, it's not anything that hasn't already come out.
Yeah, it doesn't add anything. No,
it's nothing spectacular, but it's a good game.
Right, and it's not.
So to me, that's the point.
And it's still not finished. That's the other thing too, is to remember, like, this is a game that's literally still being fully established, and I'm sure the improvements they'll make will make it even better, or completely break it, like Bethesda. Looking at you, Bethesda. So we got New World. Now there was another game, and it was at the con. And this made me laugh because you turned me on to this game. And you said, hey, what do you think about this? And you sent me this link. And I click on it, and I watch this little trailer. And I'm like, that looks like a lot of fun. And it's called Ghost Hunters Corp. It's Investigation and Exorcism Ghost Hunters Corp. And I'm like, this looks kind of fun. And I start looking at it, and I start looking through, and I see like this little microphone-looking thing. And I'm like, well, that's neat. And then you look at me, and you go, yeah, it's got voice activation stuff in it. Now, I'm familiar with that technology because I played Alien Isolation.
So, like, if you talk, if you whisper, it registers as
registers your sound. Mm-hmm.
And if you talk loud, it registers whatever. Cause, like,
which is what I do.
Some of the ghosts actually, like, are scared away from loud talking and loud noises. Others are actually drawn to you by being loud or whatever.
Now, that concept is so cool. I love that concept. And like I said, I played Alien Isolation. Did you ever? Did you? I don't remember if we ever had this. Did you ever play Isolation?
I played it, but I never had a mic on, so.
It is the most terrifying, sweat-inducing, swamp butt having experience because it is so sensitive that you'll sit there and you be like creeping nice and slow,
Watching the thing go.
watching it move up and down, and you're like, okay, this is good, I'm safe, and in your brain you're like, don't talk, don't breathe, like, and you do, and you find yourself holding your breath for an extended period of time, and then you're like, I gotta take a really deep breath, I don't know what to do, and you're like, and then all of a sudden it peaks, it just goes boop, boop, just enough, and then all of a sudden it turns red. You're like, no, I did everything I was supposed to do, no, and then it chases you, and then and it's freaking horrifying, and it makes it worse because it'll go back down, and you're like, oh, thank God I got away,
And then you turn around and it's
and
like right there in your
right
face.
there in your face, and it just eats you, and you're like, I don't want to play anymore.
What I liked about the Ghost Hunter thing is I was watching somebody. How I found it was somebody was streaming it, like him and his three buddies, and they were going through doing all the stuff. Like, okay, we go in here. Like, okay, well, it might be a demon, so we got to exorcise it. Everybody, be quiet. And then one person starts reading the exorcism thing from the book that they have,
Which is cool.
and you literally have to read it into the microphone for it to register.
Which is fine, because I actually have... So I still rock my P49s, right? And everybody's like, you should get a wireless headset. I'm like, no. I absolutely love my stupidly bulky corded headset. It's a Turtle Beach P49, and I love it. It works great. My mic is loud as crap, and I see people use like these little clip-on microphones. I'm looking at you, Rec. They use these little clip-on microphones, and if it's down here and they start talking, you can't hear. It's literally like they're talking like this, and you're trying to pay attention, and you can't hear what they're saying. It's the most awful thing ever, because if there is any background noise,
Everything else gets picked up.
everything else gets picked up. And on top of that, when 50 things are going on inside your headset, you're not going to hear them going, hey, guys, I'm down. Guys. And then finally you hear, guys, I'm down. And you're like, why didn't you say anything? I did. I hate those. I hate them so much. I hate those microphones. Anyways, but my P49, nope. Headset on my ear balls. Microphone in my mouthpiece.
I have
And
a
I'm good.
newer Turtle Beach.
You probably had like the P99. I think it's a wireless.
I don't think. No, I don't. It's wired.
Is it a wired?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't know then.
It's for my Xbox, or is it for the one?
Oh, okay. I mean, well, that's the
It
thing.
plugs into the.
I like the wired one simply because there's absolutely zero delay from when I say something to when you hear something.
Right.
Period. And I hate the delay. Like that.
Well, I mean, there is a
insane.
delay, same as with the thing, but you can't really
Right.
navigate
Yeah, well,
it.
yeah, it's still speed of sound regardless.
Yeah.
But yes.
because like, have you ever been on the phone with somebody and they're in the same room and you say something, then you hear it?
Yes.
That's
And
the
that's what I'm saying. But between it syncs up perfectly with audio and video.
Right.
When you wear a wired one, they sync, and it's supposed to do that, and it's what makes it great to me. When you wear a wireless, sometimes there's a delay, and your mouth is moving, but no words are coming out, and it's weird. But anyways, I digress just a little bit. Sorry. Just on a little tangent
No, that's
about
okay.
mics versus... so anyways, but Ghost Hunter Core utilizes that same type of technology that's used in Alien Isolation, and I told you no. I said, no, I'm not playing this game. Not because of Alien Isolation, but because there's an entire movie about why you shouldn't read out of strange books with voice technology on video games. And it's called Game Over. And it's got Frankie Muniz in it, and it's a super cool movie, and I highly suggest everybody go watch it because it's really cool. Watch the unrated version, by the way. Don't watch watch the unrated version. It's 10 times better. But the concept of that movie was really simple. You read these magic words, and then you summon demons. And nope. We literally do a paranormal show, and you're asking me to read from a strange book in a video game I've never heard of. No thanks. No. when are we playing? When are we gonna do this? Right? Like, let's go.
So yeah, it is definitely, like I said, it seems like a whole lot of fun.
It does look really fun.
It's a cheesy looking game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
However, listening to like grown men scream
like little girls.
"Oh my God, it's right here! It's right here!" Because
Andy Black screams like a girl, by the way, from Black Veil Brides. It was really funny.
Because it's kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's. You'll be doing whatever, and then there's a ghost.
Right in your face.
Yeah,
it's beautiful,
and you can hear the heartbeat of your character.
Right.
And when that starts beating and beating and beating, and you can actually die of fright, then you become a ghost floating around while everybody else is doing stuff. And you can pick up stuff and say, this right here.
Right.
And they will see the vase pick up out of nowhere and will actually start scaring them.
Right. And you're trying to tell them, you're like, no, look at the vase, you idiot.
Right. And no, they can still hear you, especially if you're on like TeamSpeak or whatever.
Right. Any type of voice chat community service. Right.
Yeah. Discord.
Which is fun. Which I'm all about. And so that little portion that I was watching actually kind of reminds me of the Dead by Daylight. I mean, it's not quite the same thing, but I love playing as the killer, and we're on a party chat because it was the funniest thing just to be like creeping up behind somebody, go da da da, and they're like, dude, no, and they're all like, there's 4 of them, right? There's 4 of your friends, and they're like, dude, no, where are you at? And you're like da 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 da, and they're like, dude, come on, da 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 da, dude, that's not even funny. Where are you? Seriously, da da. Dan, 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 and then you just get right and you'd murder one of them and they'd be like, God dang it, dude, like, quit picking on me. And then I'd be like, hey, quit being so obvious. Like, you're just the one I happen to see. It's not my fault.
That's a lot like the Camp Crystal Lake. I think it's
Friday the 13th.
Yeah,
it's literally just called Friday the 13th.
Is it?
And it was a similar
where
game
you just,
to DVD.
One person plays Jason and everybody else is campers.
Correct. Now, Friday the 13th lost a lot of its luster because Dead by Daylight was essentially the exact same game, but it introduced, because of its DLC, it just introduces a plethora of different killers. And because it's not isolated to a singular franchise like Friday the 13th, it can literally span across every genre. All the team has to do is go, hey, we want to feature such and such in our game. And we want to use them as a killer, and these are the moves we have picked out for them, and this is what their character would look like. And then the horror franchise goes, yeah, sounds good, do it. They've got Stranger Things. They literally have the Demigorgon from Stranger Things in there. It's literally one of the killers you can play.
Nice.
They've got Ghostface. They have Ghostface from the Scream franchise. He's in there. Freddy Krueger's in there. Like, they're all over the dang place. It's awesome. And I'm like, this is super cool. So it's actually a super fun game. And while Ghost Hunter Core does not have that type of seriousness, it has that funny little atmosphere to it where you can torment your friends if you so feel the need to do so. And I can't wait to torment you to death because I will die a lot. Because I'm going to be the one that's like, I'm not reading the Exorcism. Dude, read the book. I'm not reading the book.
Well, you have
read
to
the book.
Because you have the Ghost Mobile outside. Like, it's basically your it's basically your headquarters.
Go ahead.
It's basically your headquarters on wheels. So you start off in there, and like there's a little checkboard. Okay, does it do this? Does it do that? And you can go through and like mark stuff off and figure out what kind of spirit it is.
Right.
You go in, you try something. If things happen a certain way, you go back running normally, trying to get back into the thing so you can like mark stuff off and then grab what you need to go in to try something else. So like there's a Polaroid camera.
Because some ghosts only show up in Polaroids.
Right.
Some only show up on movie or on
live
film.
With this, it's like, if they're they don't like flashes, like from the camera or whatever. If that will actually knock them down, then you're like, okay, this might be a shadow.
Right. Yeah, and that's like I said, and as I said, the game itself has a really awesome look to it. And when I say awesome look, by the way, understand, as he mentioned previously, it's cheesy, but it looks still really fun. Like it's not the most graphically enhanced game that you're gonna find. It's not anything that's gonna make an A-list. but it's definitely like a cool game. It almost reminds me of Phasmophobia in a way, but I think Phasmophobia is more centered on building and survival, rather where Ghost Hunter is survival-ish, but it's more puzzle horror survival.
Yeah, you're trying to go through and
Trying to fix it. Right.
Yeah, you're trying to go through and expel
Expelliarmus.
the dead.
I think it's Expelliarmus. I don't remember. I'm not a Harry Potter fan. I don't know. I know. Oh, he's not a geek. No, I just don't like Harry Potter. It's like the one franchise I never really got into. But I digress. Anyways, Ghost Hunter Core. We're gonna play it. And when we play, we're gonna stream. Mm-hmm. We're absolutely gonna stream, and I'm gonna probably sequester myself in the back room, so he can't hear me. I mean, as well, actually more so we don't cut each other's microphones because that's gonna be super annoying.
Right.
But I'll be in the other room. Playing on my laptop, and he'll be in here playing on the massive super nerd computer.
That is right behind me.
It's a massive nerd computer, and it's awesome. I love it. I'm going to steal it from him. Shh, don't tell him. All right. So, to recap then, we had kick-ass time at Days of the Dead. We're going to be at Scarefest. We got Black Book in the Park coming up August 28th. And then after that, I actually forgot we're going to do. There will be a screening. It's sold out. Never mind. I'm not even going to promote it. It's sold out. So there was a screening of Black Book at Gen Con. But if you didn't get your tickets, you didn't get your tickets.
Right.
So August 28th, Black Book in the Park, Dickman Town Center in Anderson, Indiana. Don't miss that. It's going to be from 4 o'clock till whenever it ends. Lots of food, drinks, cool atmosphere. Bring your family.
Well, we will find out in the beginning of August if our October is going to be completely booked. Because that is when we find out all of our festivals.
Yeah, there are a bunch. Sweet God, there's a bunch.
So, speaking of festivals, Gen Con.
Yep, we got Gen Con in September, first week.
Mm-hmm. And then there's several in October.
Yep, so after Gen Con, we've got, for sure, so this is what we've got for sure. August 28th, Dickman Town Center, Anderson, Indiana's Black Book in the Park. We've got first weekend of September will be Gen Con. Then we have Scarefest, which is October 22nd through the 24th. Then we'll be at Days of the Dead. And like I said, these are just confirmed because it's all subject to change. And we also have Days of the Dead Chicago. And that'll be November 17th, 18th, and 19th. 16th, 17th, and 18th. It's in that
like
general.
19th, 20th, and 21st.
I think that's it. Yeah, 19th, 20th, and 21st. So we've got a lot of crazy things coming down the pipeline for us. But in the meantime, you guys can absolutely come and join us here at Geek Public Radio because we got nothing but cool content coming your way until we have to go to all these crazy conventions. And even then, we'll have even more cool content. Yay.
For the live members only.
Live members only. And then we have, on top of that, we talked about New World, some of the the things that are coming about as a result of it being a beta, which is to be expected. But overall, great game, which you can check out on the Twitch right here on geekpublicradio.com. You guys can go onto his Twitch, check that out. We've got New World Paranormal. I can't think of names now. Brain.
The
Ghost Hunter's Core. Yeah, thank you. I was like, my God, brain just disappeared. Bull's words. So yeah, we got Ghost Hunter Core. Excuse me. It's not the COVID. I promise. It's literally I have sinus issues. That's why my voice sounds like garbage. We got Ghost Hunter Core that he and I are going to do together. That's going to be super fun. So we've got all that coming out.
We just have to rope one more person into it to make it more like a rounded.
I think I know just the person we can rope in, so that's not even going to be a problem. And then, and then probably Jer on top of that. So maybe Sonny. Maybe Sonny will join us.
Maybe.
We'll
probably not.
Please. That's the best I can do. I'm not a beggar. I don't do that. So yeah, we got all that crazy stuff on it. So as always, guys, if you like the show, smash the likey button and click the subscribe and then ring the bell into all so you get access to all of our content when it drops. You will get a cool notification on your phone or other device showing you that we have released cool new stuff. So when you guys do that, you help us stay relevant. You keep us at the front of the algorithm. That is what we want. On top of that, if you enjoy this and you would like to support us in a more financial way, which we need, then please consider becoming a member of geekpublicradio.com. There's an awesome way you can do that. Go to the website, click the members button, and it will ask you to join. Put in your information, bing, bang, boom. You get access to all of the cool stuff, On the private members only section, we have videos that we cannot show on YouTube. We have reacts that we cannot show on YouTube. We have movies, an entire platform of old school movies that we have the licenses for that we stream on the platform. On top of that, you get access to our Discord page where you can chat with us. You do all that crazy stuff as well. In addition to that, we'd like to thank one of our sponsors tonight, daysandnightsbooks.com. That ties right into the membership because if you become a member, you get a cool 10% discount code to Days and Nights Books. That's DAYZNKNIGHTSBOOKS.com. daysandnightsbooks.com. So that particular website, you can find all kinds of cool kick-ass gaming accessories, dice towers, dice, miniatures, all the crazy cool stuff that you could think of for your game. It is available for you on that website. So if you're any type of nerd at all and you're sick of being reamed by the big guys, we will do our best to offer you quality products at decent prices. And then in addition to that, if you become a member, you get a 10% discount coupon. So I mean, come on now. We're basically throwing money at you to become a member. That's even better. So thank you to Days and Nights Books for sponsoring our station. We greatly appreciate it. Much love to y'all. daysandnightsbooks.com. Make sure you check that out. In addition to that, Rutledge Productions is always a gracious sponsor of the station. We promote their stuff. They promote the crap out of us, and
Yes,
we
they do.
greatly appreciate that. So thank you to Rutledge Productions. You can go to Rutledge as Rutledge.com.
RutledgeProductions.com.
RutledgeProductions.com. RUTLEDGE. RUTLEDGE Productions.com. And you can actually check out some awesome stuff that they have to offer. Casting, the different movies that they've worked on, products, all the cool stuff that's available to you.
Hey guys, it's been great. We will see you later. Remember geekpublicradio.com, and we will see you next time.